Uh, Another thing is to know your audience. When you ask who is my audience, that's who is going to be reading what I write. Now your audience might usually be your teacher or the person grading a test, maybe if it's like a statewide test. But whoever your audience is, knowing your audience is very important. This is why, if you were writing to your sister or brother about your mom, you wouldn't need to include all this information about your mom. Like, hi, sister or brother, our mom is great because she does all this work for our family. She not only works outside the home, but also takes care of us. She cooks every day, and it's always a delicious meal. She does so much work. You know, your brother and sister would probably know a lot of that anyway, so you wouldn't need to include it. But if you were writing with someone who had never met your mother before, didn't know how much she worked, then of course you would need to include all this side information. So knowing your audience helps you understand what do I include and what do I leave out. The important thing to remember is that your audience might not know that much about you or your life. So when you're writing about things that might seem really obvious to you, you might need to explain it. So if I said, I ran across the street and started playing with or started hanging out with Ashley, then you would be like, well, who's Ashley? And I would explain, with my next door neighbor, Ashley, or something like that. So adding little explanations, adding little details, help people understand you better since we don't know your life that well. And even if your audience does know you, when you're writing for a test, it's pretty important to add details right formally and explain your topic and who and what you're talking about. So always good practice. Okay, so let's take a look at this prompt. Or sorry, not prompt, this response. So maybe it's to write about your life. And so this person said, I live in Harrisburg with Tyler, Jesse, Nana, Snowball, and Mom. Every day I ride to Burke Hills. I sit next to Pacey and Catherine. We are learning about quarks. Mrs. Huxley says I am a natural. Afterward, I go over to Sasha's. So what are some questions you might have about this? Looking at this, what are some things that aren't so clear?
One of the things you want to know is that you can't tell Asha.
Very good. Who are these people? Who is Tyler, Jesse, Nana, Snowball, and Mom? Who are these people? Are they her family? Is this the retirement home community? Is this brothers and a pet? And, so there are all these different people. Most likely it's probably family, but it would be really hard just reading that. It's like, who are these people? Exactly. Every day I ride to Burke Hills. What is Burke Hills? So is it a school? Is it a shopping mall? What exactly is Burke Hills? I sit next to Pacey and Catherine. So suddenly sitting down, where is this? Who are Pacey and Catherine? We are learning about quarks. Mrs. Hudson says I'm a natural, so let's say this is school. And afterward, I go over to Sasha's. So who do you think Sasha would be?
Who is Sasha be? Christina?
A friend. Okay, so maybe it could be a friend. But the thing is that, so let's say it's a friend, but if you just read afterward, I go over to Sasha's, you wouldn't be able to really know that for sure. It could be a babysitter. It could be a relative. It could be someone whose house they go over to work. Like let's say they are cutting the lawn for them, mowing the lawn. So this paragraph has a lot of questions because it doesn't do enough explaining. Whoever wrote it would be, oh, well, I know exactly where Harrisburg is and I know who these people are, but us as readers, we don't know. So you have to explain things. So let's rewrite this and make it more clear.
What you're supposed to do when you write. And then what you do.
So I live in Harrisburg with my family, Tyler, Jesse. Maybe you could be more specific. My brothers, Tyler and Jesse. My grandma, we call her Nana. My cat, Snowball. And my mom. Every day I ride to, so Burke Hills. What do you think Burke Hills would be? School, yeah, probably so. Let's say it's a school. Every day I ride to Burke Hills, my school. I sit next to friends, enemies, classmates, Pacey and Catherine.
What do you say? Lord? Friends?
Okay, so next to my friends, Pacey and Catherine. Great. In science class, we are learning about quarks. Our teacher, Mrs. Huxley, says I'm a natural. And then adding in, after school, I go over to my friend Sasha's house. Okay, so, wow, this thing is on such a delay. I'm stepping away and it's still typing. All right, so, wow, yeah, slow computer. Okay, so, this is definitely much better, explains a lot more. So before there was some amount of mystery, right? Because we didn't know what this author was really talking about. What Burke Hills was, who these people were, who Sasha is, all that other stuff. So suddenly we've explained everything. I live in Harrisburg with my family, my brothers, Tyler and Jesse, my grandma, we call her Nana, my cat Snowball, and my mom. Every day I ride to Burke Hills, my school. I sit next to my friends, Pacey and Catherine. In science class, we are learning about quarks. Our teacher, Mrs. Huxley, says I'm a natural. After school, I go over to my friend Sasha's house. So see how we've taken all these things that we didn't understand before, and we've inserted little explanatory notes. My family, my brothers, my grandma. So just by putting a little word in front of name or something, you can clarify it tremendously. So suddenly the reader is like, oh, I get it. So explain things to people who may not know your life, and make sure to know your audience. Knowing your audience means that you know how much you need to explain. If you were writing to Tyler and Jesse, then Tyler and Jesse would be like, we know that we're your brothers. You don't need to explain that to us. But if you're writing on a test, or if you're writing for your teacher, you would want to insert my brothers, my sister, all that. So knowing your audience helps you know how much you want to explain. So I think, to go back, know your audience, look at your prompt and understand your purpose, and take what you know about word choice and sentence structure to make your sentences really flow and develop a better paragraph and a better piece of writing. All right, I hope that you've learned from our writing from prompts, and that next time you see a prompt, you won't feel scared, nervous, but you'll just look at that prompt and say, okay, I can do this. Just read it, know the purpose, what am I trying to do here? Strong opening sentence. And what is another thing that you want to make sure you have when you're writing?
Punctuation, she said.
Punctuation, yeah, definitely, very good. Well, you want to have all these things. You want to have punctuation, you want to have proper grammar, you want to make sure that you don't have mistakes, so you'll leave yourself some time to check back on it. But another thing, the most important thing that you want to have when you're writing, and it doesn't matter whether it's a prompt or whether it's a story, is that you really love what you're writing and you're having fun. And that's something that I think is possible with any kind of writing, because to me, writing is just about one of the funnest things you can do. So if there's any questions, I can answer them quickly, and thank you so much.
And she just wanted to add your spelling test to be good. Mrs. Davis said her spelling, and she wanted spelling was important.
She wondered if spelling, oh yeah, spelling. I would say, so when you're first writing, just get your ideas out. Don't worry too much about, oh, is this correct? But afterwards, make sure to go back and check. and make sure that you have your periods and your commas and everything. So you can start when you're just brainstorming and getting ideas out, don't worry too much. But when you are making your final draft, what you're going to be handing to the teacher or turning in the test, make sure that things are spelled right.
Well, thank you. I have the other class coming in, so thank you very much. And the other class is the end of the minute.
Okay, well thank you very much guys. I hope you enjoyed writing for prompts. Remember to have lots of fun with your writing, and I hope you have a good day. Thanks guys. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye. Wait, you think there's a second one? There's a second one?
I think so.
I'm doing 2 in a row?
Yeah.
You definitely could have told me that.